Hey, what's going on, everybody? You're now tuned in to Fix Pro Tips, and of course, I'm your host, Coach Fig. And today, I got a special guest with y'all. He looked like my twin, but he's not. He's my son. Um, some people call him different names. I won't share those names, and I'll let him know what he's gonna go by today.
I'm cool with Rob.
He's cool with Rob. So we're gonna have the Rob and Fig or the Fig and Rob show. We're gonna call this segment the Top Five at Five, which means we're gonna address the top five topics of the day, at least to me, to him, and we're gonna just give y'all our raw opinions. All right, we're not gonna hold any punches back. All right, y'all. So we're gonna start off with some NFL action here. We're gonna talk about the hot team everyone's talking about, which is the Chicago Bears, specifically due to one Caleb Williams. Can you pull that up real quick? So for those of y'all, if you're not familiar with us or with me at least by now, see what's hanging behind me? Buffalo Bills. I'm a Bills guy, okay? And the Bears destroyed us. In the preseason, it was 33-6. Everyone's like going crazy. Oh my God, the greatest Bears team. Stop it. It's preseason, that's one. Two, we have no starters out there. We're still getting a feel for what our rookies and our second and third stringers are doing. You guys are putting your starters in there off rip, and y'all stop it. Talk about Caleb Williams. Let's pull this guy up, man. First of all, he matched up against who in the quarterback department? Against Mitch Trubisky. Who? He's a Bill. I respect the guy, and I don't ever like to talk down on anyone's career. I know it takes a lot of discipline to get to that level, but let's be honest. Mitch Trubisky, what has he done in the NFL? Like for what team? For who? I mean, I don't know anybody has him in their top anything. I don't know that anyone has him on their fantasy teams. So cut it out. The Bears starter, Caleb Williams, who is a rookie as well, and yes, he is balling out of control. But again, second and third stringers, and y'all talking like the Bears is like the second coming of Jesus or something. Y'all gotta relax. Um, with that being said, let's look up these stats. How do you feel about it? I know you don't keep up with it too much, but how do you feel about?
I mean, it's the preseason. Not many teams are giving it their all right now. So, I mean, it's really give or take. So, for a team to get blown out this early really doesn't mean much because anything can happen in the actual season.
Yeah, it literally means absolutely nothing because it doesn't. I mean, I guess if you want to build up false confidence, this is the way to do it. Like we're gonna go beat up on the second and third strings of these teams. Like
Mm-hmm.
kudos to the Bears for whatever. We ain't worried about it. The Bears just had another big win over the weekend, which is can you go? Let's see. Who did they just? I think was it the Steelers? Was it the Steelers? I don't think so. That's from last season. Who did the Bears just? Who? Look that up. Look up Bears. Most recent game. Let's see who they played. The Bengals, 27-3. The Bengals. Now let's look this up. I don't want you guys to think I'm just hating on the Bears because I'm not. And I actually know some folks that are Bears fans. I'm sorry. Sorry that you guys are Bears fans, but that's just the way it falls. Oh yeah. So Caleb Williams. Now we want to go to the game. Let's go back. Let's go back to the game itself. All right, here we go. Mm-mm-mm. No player stats. Bears. Caleb Williams went 6 for 13, 75 yards, no touchdowns. Um, and I get it, it's preseason, man. And the kid is looking like a rock star. He uses his feet well. He's creating. He's making things happen. Um, but everyone's overly excited. It's just a little too excited. It's preseason. Some of these guys haven't even finished stretching yet, and y'all out here trying to put all this pressure on these guys like they're supposed to be the next big thing. Um, Sorry, you're not beating the Packers. Jordan Love is a real baller. He's got a squad. He's in a great system, and the Bears just ain't there yet. The Vikings, that could be a toss up. I still like the Vikings over the Bears just because they got that man Double J over there, Justin Jefferson. Um, so I don't want to sound like a hater. I'm gonna stop picking on the Bears. But while we're in the NFL, I'm gonna speak on something real quick that got my attention, which is all 32 NFL teams will start using facial recognition. Pull that up real quick so we can speak on this. And I just want y'all to know, man, like this you can put it on that side if you need to. This is all information. This is all information that most people don't pay attention to, but you should really pay attention to. Because they're now tying your face to your day to day activities. Find that article. That it? The NFL. Yep. Click on that. Click on that. What does it say at the top? The NFL is implementing facial authentication across all stadiums. All stadiums. So that means when you purchase a ticket, they're gonna just run your face. They're gonna anytime you swipe that card, they're gonna match the face to that card, and pretty soon they're gonna say, "Hey, you don't need this card to make your purchase. Would you like to just use your face?" And if you think I'm BSing, a perfect example of that is
Steak and Shake.
Steak and Shake. So why don't you let them know what happens at Steak and Shake?
Yeah, Steak and Shake has this new thing going on in some locations where if you make an account and sign up, register your face and all that, along with your cards on file, you can instead of just paying with your card or swiping anywhere, it scans your face and takes the money out of your account that easily.
That's it. You just bypass all the extra stuff. No pins, no signature. Just show your face, and they'll wipe your money out. It's some people be like, "Wow, that's great technology." It's like, no, that's actually an easy way. And I don't want to like conspiracy theories, but that's an easy way to just lock shit down.
Mm-hmm.
So be able to say, "Hey, we're missing 4 people. Find me this person," and they can just type your name in. They're gonna have your face, and they'll be like, "This person is in such room, in such building, such room, such floor. Go get them." It'll be that easy. Because a lot of folks don't understand that technology is good, but to some degree. And if you can use it to track someone down, like just by facial recognition, it'll be almost impossible to have freedom. Essentially, this kind of gives me Hunger Game feel. Like it's not. It's a slow approach. But then they can easily say, "Hey, look at that guy's face. He doesn't belong in the sector. Get him out of here." And it could create a larger problem down the line with anything, even with them wanting to disarm our homes. And they can easily say, "Hey, this person has X amount of arms. Where's this person at right now? Find that face. We found those arms." It's really simple. What's your take on that, man?
Yeah, I mean, sounds cool and all. Gives you like cyberpunk feels that everything can just be done with a quick scan. But I mean, in the long run, there's really going to be a problem, especially with all the cyber attacks we're dealing with right now. By scanning your face, they can access your bank accounts and all that, but stopping somebody else from just getting a quick picture from your phone camera and calling it a day and having access to all your money.
Yeah, that's the truth, man. I mean, people don't like to pay attention to things. Like they say, things don't affect you until they affect you. And I feel like this is one of those things that will affect people down the line. And I don't know. If you drag your feet long enough, eventually you trip. That's just how I feel about it. So I just want to shed light on that. It says all 32 teams. I don't care. He's always, but my team. No, listen, my team. No. All 32 teams will be implementing this as of this current season. Okay, the 2024-2025 season. Okay, guys. So if you go out to a stadium, be on your best behavior because I guarantee they will be monitoring all your movement. They're gonna know where everyone is at all times. Now, sure. What is this? The NFL system does not affect fans entering stadiums. Bullshit. I'm calling bullshit right away. They released a statement saying that it will not affect the fans. That is complete bullshit. You believe that if you want the fact that you think they're going to be selective, why would they need facial recognition for their players? They already know who the fuck they are. They're fucking celebrities. They're rich as fuck. They know who they are. They're accounted for. Not that, and I'm not just shifted left. I was just saying that it won't be all bad because, sure, with facial recognition, they'll be able to detect if we have a terrorist in the crowd or potential hostile individuals or anything like that. So, from that standpoint, which is most likely how they try to sell it to you, Yeah, that makes sense. Who doesn't want to be safe at a live event, whether it's a sporting event, whether it's a concert, whatever it is? Who doesn't want to be safe? From that standpoint, zero argument from me. But the reality of it is, this is just another form of controlling the public. Pretty soon, you're gonna go to the store, and they're gonna want you to scan your face. They're gonna want you to scan your palm, and if you're not willing to comply, you won't be able to buy. So you're gonna need a friend that's willing to do it for you. And then how do they limit that? Well, then they'll say, well, we're only gonna allow X amount of items per individual, per day, per week, per month. Which, if you guys aren't aware of that, that's something called communism. All right? Don't take it from me. All right, I can tell you guys all the time. Google it, man. Get online, do your own research, fact check everything I say. I do this because I enjoy sharing knowledge. I enjoy enlightening my people, and I have a platform. People like to listen to my voice for some reason, and now I'm starting to bring you guys a little more video, because people say that they feel better, they feel more in tune. So I'm gonna start giving you guys a little more of these video feeds, and we're gonna go from there. So I would say look it up. If you're a Chicago Bears fan, don't put a target on my back. I'm just speaking the truth. Y'all a little too excited. The season hasn't started. It's only preseason. Caleb Williams is a faggot because he paints his nails and he runs like a bitch. I ain't got no love for that guy. NFL. I'm not a person that's paranoid, so I still will attend live events. I enjoy live events. Monster Jam is coming back to town, so I plan on going back to that. And I believe this year I'm looking to catch 2 football games and like 5 NBA games. So my face is going to be there. I'm not afraid of that, but I'm just giving you guys a warning so that when you go out there, you're not sidelined with what's this or what's that. Moving on. We're a little late to the party, but we just watched
Deadpool Wolverine.
Deadpool Wolverine. What is that? The actual title? Or?
Yeah,
Deadpool Wolverine, right? It's in theaters right now. I'll be honest with you guys. I was extremely exhausted, and I caught bits and pieces because I was definitely dozing off. But this guy watched the whole thing, and what did you think about the movie?
Overall, though, it was a pretty great movie. It was good to see an R-rated Wolverine finally. It's been a long time, and Hugh Jackman actually played the hell out of the role. He did a pretty good job, and they did a pretty good job of displaying Deadpool and Wolverine's powers.
They actually kind of give them free reign to just be.
Yeah, exactly. Just be their characters. So
Okay.
you got to see Deadpool's healing factor, obviously in full effect into Wolverine's, and his fourth wall breaking was there the entire time. And his fighting style was almost perfect to the comics.
Yeah.
It's very random and
All over the place. Unpredictable. If you had to rate it 1 through 10, what would you give it?
Comparing it to the last couple of Marvel movies,
just the movie. No
Just the
comparison.
movie?
Just the movie. What would you give it?
probably give it like an 8.5.
8.5. All right, let's go to Rotten Tomatoes. Let's see what Rotten Tomatoes. Let's see what Rotten Tomatoes gave Wolverine. Let's see how accurate you might be able to be a movie critic. You like to watch a lot of movies, so. Let's see. Let's see what. Yeah, 8.5, right? Let's see what Rotten Tomatoes has it as. 7.8. Pretty close. 7.8. I wonder why. Let's look at why they gave it 7.8. I'm curious to know what's Deadpool Wolverine isn't so much a film, it's a meme machine. Yeah, I will say that. I remember I told you that.
for
I
sure,
felt
yeah.
like it was they I felt like from what I got to see, it felt like they didn't get too creative from the writing standpoint. I felt like that's actually a great analogy. It's almost like a meme machine. There's so many moments that you can.
They give it just a lot of memorable moments. to stand out.
Yeah. So that's not a bad analogy. What else to say? It's getting snarky about Marvel movies. My job. Fuck is that? Chris McCoy from Memphis Flyer. These are actual journalists actually that have given the reviews, and this is back on the 17th. So this film is actually fairly new. This one just came out today. This one came out today. So scroll down some. Let's see what else they got going on there. How did you feel about Gambit's role? How did you feel about them bringing an old ass Blade? Like,
Yeah,
how did you feel about that?
The cameos were definitely cool to see those characters on screen again. Gambit was one of those unique characters you don't see very often, especially live action.
Not to cut you off. What about I thought Channing Tatum looked weird as hell. I thought they could have done way better with the casting.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely wants to play the role for a while, so it makes sense to finally give
Oh,
it to
he
him.
wants to play the role.
Oh yeah, he's wanted that role for quite a while already. So Ryan Reynolds gave him the chance, like the alley oop.
Gotcha.
He didn't do too bad of a job, in my opinion. He did his best with the accent that comes along with playing Gambit, and the fighting style that he was fighting with, and the abilities that they showed were all pretty neat. And the glowing purple eyes were a good touch during the fight scenes for sure.
Yeah. No, I like that. I like how he was able to kind of maneuver the cards and even brought the stick out. But it almost felt like a spoof when I was watching it. I didn't feel like, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe but I just didn't feel like he gave it 100% because
he wasn't the main character, the one that steal the spotlight away.
Yeah. But I mean, if I'm getting that opportunity, I want people to be like, "Yo, call this guy back." That's just. But then again, it's Channing Tatum. He's already established. He's got multiple movies, and the guys are just fucked. So, okay. Takeaways. What didn't you like in the movie?
I feel like they might have overdone it with the cursing, just a little bit. It was almost like every 5 seconds you were hearing another F-bomb being dropped.
I will say it felt like it was natural for Hugh Jackman.
Oh yeah, for sure. He played that.
He didn't seem to struggle with the vocabulary.
Oh yeah, for sure. He played the hell out of a good Wolverine, a comic accurate Wolverine.
Yeah.
Bad attitude, doesn't like nobody. He did a really good job with that for sure. And Ryan Reynolds was just playing Deadpool, so I mean, he fit the role perfectly.
I don't care about spoiler alerts and all that stuff. I thought that for the movie's sake, I thought it was pretty cool to see them come together to be able to stop that, whatever that machine was. But I feel like in a real Marvel scene, that isn't really possible because they wouldn't be able to take their focus off of each other long enough.
Yeah, they'd be bumping heads the entire time. Deadpool wouldn't know how to leave Wolverine alone.
So that's the thing that I felt was like that was a takeaway for me was that I felt like they made Wolverine look too soft.
Yeah, he was kind of a pushover. But then again, with his story, it kind of makes sense why he was so broken down. The universe he came from, he let all his friends die because he got wasted in the bar somewhere. So it makes sense that he just wouldn't care anymore. And it wasn't until Deadpool started pushing his buttons that it was like, okay, time to go again.
Okay, all right. So, would you recommend this film to the average moviegoer?
Yeah, I would say so. If you like action comedy movies, it's definitely for you. But if you're a bit too sensitive to foul language and that such, even if you're extremely homophobic, don't like gay jokes, definitely a movie to stay away from. Deadpool was on one in that movie.
Yeah, he definitely took it into his own world. Being in the entertainment world, it might as well stay in kind of in the same realm. And then we said we want to speak about the drop off in the quality of video games. So you're a big time gamer. So just to kind of give the audience a broad idea of what type of games you're into, if you had to name like your top 5 games.
Easy number 1 for me is always going to be Skyrim. I played that game for years. After that, it gets kind of dicey, but and I would probably throw Cyberpunk somewhere in there, probably like 3 or 4. It's a really good game. Had a really dicey start at first because it was underdeveloped when they launched it. Elden Ring probably hits number 2. It's a really good game. The first Dark Souls game I play, but it's probably the easiest of the group.
Okay.
Let's see, what's that? 4 and 5 left, right? Can't go wrong with putting Minecraft in there. All-time classic,
Okay.
Simple. And for number 5, that's a tough one. Just throw Fortnite in there. Why not, right?
Fortnite. I'm surprised you didn't mention Smash. You was hooked on Smash for a while.
Yeah, for sure. But the thing was, even though I love Smash, but playing online in that game is insane.
Yeah.
Some people that take that game way too seriously.
Let's look up. I don't know. Look up upcoming releases, video game releases, and let's see how we feel about what's coming up. There it is, right here. Let's see what they got. Upcoming releases. Devil May Cry. Have you ever played any of those games?
No, I don't think I have. Let's see what else. PC.
Yeah, no. Let's look up like console games. It's not PC games. So look up like
Okay. I can't spell today. 2024, why not?
Nintendo video game. Look up, put up PS5 and Xbox. Yeah, and Xbox. Notable video game releases
Okay.
upcoming. Let's see what they have. Is this what they show?
This new game. Madden up there, of course.
Yeah, of course. Madden is one of those. It's always going to be a Deathbound. That's PC. Yeah, PS5 and Xbox. Um, yeah, I wouldn't even know what these games are.
Yeah, a lot of Bounty
Star
Hunter.
Wars Bounty Hunter.
I think that's a relaunched game, if I remember correctly. Like it was already made, but they remastered it, so they're just kind of relaunching it with better
Okay.
graphics and all that.
Well, the point of us discussing this topic is from a gamer standpoint. Hold on, we got a million tabs open. That's going to create a problem down the line. Let's close some of these. From a gamer standpoint, it almost feels like there's a shortage in games
Yeah, I'd say so. A lot
because the main thing you guys started playing Fortnite what, 7 years ago, something
yeah,
like that,
roughly.
right? And it faded out, but it's like the one game that is constant. The only one game that I know everyone seems to.
Yeah, everyone comes back to it eventually.
So I know you like once upon a time, like I'm done with Skyrim, I'm done with it, whatever. And then like recently you like back on Skyrim. You know what I mean, it's one of those games that just don't go away. And I know that your gaming is like Miguel and Sebastian Xavier. They're more Fortnite and sports.
Mhm.
You can play Fortnite, but you're more like adventure.
Yeah,
story.
RPG games
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Like you did all the Batman series, you did like all the Lego games. Like so, you're more of a challenging.
Yeah,
Because
like
like
with puzzle or
you
stuff
play
like that.
2K enough, eventually you get good.
Yeah,
It's like
eventually, yeah.
learning the controls, the release of the players, all that other stupid stuff, the green and all that stuff, right?
Mhm.
So, what do you think is lacking with? Because I see a lot of games that are similar, but it's like they don't capture your attention. So, what do you think is the main thing? That is it the storytelling? Is it the graphics? Is it the gameplay?
It's definitely the graphics. A lot of companies been doing a pretty good job of keeping their graphics up to par with everyone else. But see, a lot of companies lost their creativity with their games. There's nothing really unique anymore that stands out about them. I think the last game that I played that really stood out to me that was pretty good was Baldur's Gate.
Okay,
That's a game based on Dungeons and Dragons, which is something that most people probably stay away from because they think it's for nerds and
gotcha.
stuff like that. But the game itself was pretty neat.
I think that's the game you told me you were surprised when you saw it, right? When you
Yeah,
played
at first I was like, nah, I'm not touching that. That's for,
Yeah.
that's not my type of game.
certain crowd.
Yeah, eventually I'm like, you know what, screw it. I bought it, and it was actually a really dope game. I mean, really did surprise me.
And then you kind of dabbled into sports for a while, right? You played some 2K.
Yeah, I touched on basketball, mainly 2K basketball.
What made you stop? Because I mean, you went from like going hard, building character, playing career mode, and then all of a sudden, like you didn't even touch the game. So
My biggest issue is how much space 2K games take up. If you don't have additional hard drive space for them, they take up so much space, regardless of what console you're on.
So does it matter if you have digital or hard?
I'm fairly certain that the hard copy disc takes up less space, but if you're downloading everything to your system, it takes up so much space
too as well, right? Okay. All right. Yeah, I was just curious to know because I mean, I play with you guys every now and then, but I mean, I'm not really trying to go too crazy. What's a game that you're looking forward to? In fact, let's look up real quick. Look up GTA, whatever 5 is it or
GTA
6? Let's see what's up with that because I heard a lot about it, and then it kind of just went away. 2025.
Mm-hmm.
So it's official. It's legit.
Yeah.
Do we have a date? It just says the year.
Last I heard, it was just 2025 the year. I haven't heard of an official release date yet.
Yeah, it's just showing that. Yeah, it just shows the year. So let's look up some of the information on the game. Let's see what they got. What changes. Oh, it
March
says March
15th.
15th.
Okay.
According to sources, that's not a hard date.
Yeah, we've heard that for
We
years
can't
already.
go
But
for
they're only
that.
for sources. Keeps getting
So
pushed
it
back.
says Rockstar Games will release Grand Theft Auto. No, that's 5. Standalone. No, that's 5. That's 21. No, no. All right. So that someone's playing. Scroll up. Let's try to find.
Oh, that's why it changed to GTA 5. Okay.
Oh, when you change
I see what
the
happened.
day, gotcha. 6. Let's look up 6.
Yeah, just 2025.
And it just says 2025, so that could be like January to December, which means don't hold your breath, people. It may not even come out, right? It says what? GTA 6 releases 8 leaks that's fan centered to frenzy. It's just people just kind of spectating. Grand Theft Auto 6. Uh, yeah.
As far as this game, I only have one real concern for it, and the same thing happened with Cyberpunk. It was a game that was in development for years. Fans got impatient, started like pushing and pushing, and the studios kind of threw it out there at first. It was pretty raw, still a lot of bugs, and eventually, like now, it's up and running the way it's supposed to be. I'm just hoping GTA 6 isn't the same way when they launch it.
I doubt it.
It's been in development for years.
Yeah,
already,
I doubt it. And all of the games, I mean, from when I was young, from the first Grand Theft Auto, I mean, I remember like it's definitely possibly the best game series ever produced. From storyline, character development, open world, like it's just like no other
Yeah, you
game.
can roll back into any GTA, still have fun.
Yeah, you can open up the map and a person like me that I've traveled this entire country, it's scary to see how accurate they are with their maps.
Street for street, building by building. Yeah,
So
it's
yeah,
insane.
I don't think that, I mean it is a possibility, but then again, they're not hurting for money. They still selling GTA, Vice City and San Andreas, and so I don't live in the city. I don't think that they would be pressed for the money, and they have a loyal fan base. So I would hope that that's not a thing. So we can look forward to GTA 6 hopefully now in the coming year and so, and see what they did with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Um. So I guess that's. You got anything else to add to the gaming world, or?
Not really. I mean, that's pretty much sums it up. I mean, PlayStation is supposed to have it on lock. I think next year for like the next 2 or 3 years, with all the big games they have dropping.
What about what's that other game? God of War, is it?
God of War.
Is that series still a thing, or did the last game?
It's, in my opinion, it's kind of up in the air. I haven't really read anything too solid if it was ended or not. But the way the last game ended, it seemed like they could continue if they wanted to, or they could just leave it like that. Yeah,
gotcha. And then they had the other game, the what was it? The Valhalla,
which one? The Assassin's Creed.
The Assassin's Creed series. Is that a complete series yet, or are they still?
Last I heard, the game they're dropping now in Japan is supposed to be the last one, if I remember
the
correctly.
last one. Okay.
Yeah, you could play this actual samurai in that one. So
gotcha. All right, so we got a couple for you gamers out there, man. You got a couple games to look out for you sportsters. Madden is out right now. I believe 2K drops next month, right?
Sure, yeah.
It usually drops every September. So 2K, NBA 2K should be dropping. I know the NCAA, the college football is out. So for all you gamers out there, jump on uh, your gaming wave and get after it. And I guess we're gonna close up with some sad news, y'all. We're gonna talk about the economy. Yikes! Hope y'all ready for this one. Where are we at? Let's look up. Look up the economy status right now. U.S. economy status right now. Gross domestic GDP increased. So in case you guys don't know, well, this is actually old. This hasn't been updated in a while. Then. No, 2024 current state of union U.S. economy. Yeah, just click on here. You don't have to keep typing. Just click on it. How is the U.S. economy doing? Yeah, it's increased by 1.9. Yeah, I covered this in my previous pause. And the labor force 62.5 January 2024. Yeah, I covered all this stuff. So it seems like not much has changed, but I'm gonna go to some specific um, areas. Let me see this real quick. I'm gonna go to some specific areas so that y'all can understand um, how we are being impacted at home. So the current unemployment rate is 4.3. Says the U.S. unemployment rate rose to 4.3 in July, and hiring slowed, adding to signs of a broader downturn in what has been a solid U.S. economy. They're calling this a solid U.S. economy. Now let's be clear. 4.3, hold that number, right?
Mm-hmm.
4.3 is our current rate. You guys ready for this? I'm about to blow your mind with this. All time U.S. unemployment rate. The highest, let's see. The highest unemployment rate was 24.9 in 1933. So when you compare that to that, it's not doesn't sound too bad,
But
right?
that was the Great Depression.
Yeah, the Great
Like, that's the
Depression,
worst
exactly.
time in U.S. history.
Exactly. The lowest was 1.2 in 44, which is obviously coming out of the Depression.
Mm-hmm.
The most dramatic change in unemployment occurred between March 2020 and April 2020, representing a 10.3% point increase. So that was due to COVID. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, you know what? I know what it is. What time? Years unemployment average. Where you at? Where you? Where you at? Where is that number? The highest average at 7.8, followed by Reagan at 7.5. So if you're looking at this right now, you're saying to yourself, well, we're still below that average number, right? And I'm gonna put like clips and stuff so you guys can understand what it is that I'm looking at for yourselves so you can follow along. We are at 4.3, I said?
Yeah, 4.3.
4.3. So let's go back on this real quick. It is currently 4.3. Let's go unemployment rate. In Florida. Unemployment rate. We're what, August? Let's go. Let's go June. Let's go June of 24. 4.1 in June. So we jumped up 2 points
Mm-hmm.
from June to where we at now, right? Okay, let's go back to say April of 24. And of course, they don't want to show you a number then. Unemployment rate April 2024. That's too funny. Oh, it does show 3.9. I just want you guys to see the trend that's going on here. There they go. It just said 3.9. There they go.
Right there.
3.9. Okay, it says on Friday, the Bureau of Labor Statistics reported that the latest monthly payroll data for the U.S. economy, total employment rose by 175,000 in April. The unemployment rate rose slightly to 3.9 from 3.8 in March. So from March to April, went up by a point.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I don't know if you guys are following, but we went from 3.8 in March of this year to 4.3 in August. How many months difference is that? 4 months or so,
Roughly.
right? Yeah, April, May, June, July. About four to 5 months. We went up how many points? That's a point a month.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yeah.
What point?
Not a good sign at all.
At all. And
It's
it's
climbing way too quickly.
way too quickly. Way too quickly. So these are just some of the things I have to point out to people. Let's just go back a little further. Let's go back to January. Where were we in January 2024? 3.7. That's crazy. 3.7. And at this rate, by next January, we'll probably be 5 even.
Roughly, yeah. Sounds about right.
5 even. So how does this affect you at home? I know you guys are trying to figure out like why do I mention the unemployment rate when I'm talking about the economy? It's pretty simple for those of you that can't really understand this and process it on your own. Unemployment means the amount of people that aren't working. And the larger the amount of people that aren't working, that means the larger amount of people that are collecting unemployment. Where does this unemployment money come from? It comes from your taxes. So you're taking a hit on taxes, and then if these folks aren't working, guess what? They can't sustain their households, right? They can't pay their rent, their mortgage, they can't buy food, they can't pay their light, they can't afford cars, right? The number of repossessions. Look up current rate. Look up current rate of repossessed vehicles. Current rate of repossessed vehicles. I just want you guys to understand this. Most families are falling apart because of this unemployment rate. It's constantly just going up. Let's see. Car repossessions has spiked. Read this for the people. Car repossessions have spiked 23% since last year and are 14% higher than pre-pandemic levels. You understand that? Pre-pandemic levels. People are losing their cars, they're losing their homes, they can't afford food. So what is that going to turn into? That's going to turn into what? More crime in the streets. Okay? Desperate times turn into desperate people. Okay? People, when they're hungry, they're gonna do whatever they can, especially if they got little ones at home. When they got mouths to feed, you do not understand what a person is willing to do to make sure they can put food on the table, so they can provide for the young ones. So again, what does the unemployment rate have to do with our economy? It has everything to do with it. Why? The more people we get working, the more money goes back into the tax fund. The more money we have to continue to build that infrastructure, the more money we have for all the other things. Now, one of the biggest things that's impacting our economy right now is look up the amount of immigrants, illegal immigrants that we have coming over and getting assistance. Just put illegal immigrants. Illegal. Just click on illegal migration. That's perfect. To the U.S. Yeah. Just click on that. Yeah. And then click up here and then put receiving benefits. So just put fucking like benefits. What is this? No migrants do not receive 2,200 each month. Let's click on this right here. The fact sheet. Let's click on this. Undocumented immigrants eligible for federal public benefits. Generally, no. Undocumented immigrants, including DACA holders, are ineligible to receive most federal public benefits. Well, listen here, y'all. This is what they're telling y'all, but this is all BS. What they're talking about: women with infants and children can get WIC. WIC. They can get SNAP. SNAP is what? That's food assistance. The TANF is another form of food. WIC is like essential goods, I guess, for the kids, or they can get like milk, peanut butter, and whatever else, whatever other public assistance. But guess what? Where is this funded from? It's funded from your tax dollars. So think about how it's impacting our economy. We don't have people working, which means we don't have people adding to the tax fund, which means that it's taking a hit on Social Security funds. And just think about you as a law-abiding citizen, a stand-up American that goes to work every day, and you fall on hard times, and you need just a little bit of assistance, and you reach out to your local government. What do they tell you? You don't qualify. You make too much money. You make too much money. The same money they take from you to give to everyone else, they tell you you cannot access it. That's insane to me. That's insane to me. I have zero problems with helping people, but I have a big problem with feeling like I'm doing all the work for someone else to come here and reap all the benefits. Most people can't afford a vacation. Most people can't afford to get sick. Honestly speaking, most people can't even afford to die. People are too broke to die these days. It's about $10,000 to bury a person. So if you die today and you broke, guess what? You can't even afford to die without leaving that burden on your loved ones. It's insane the way we live in. It doesn't make sense to me. It's why I said in my previous part that I personally believe that police officers, firefighters, EMTs, doctors. I believe that those should be the individuals that make the better wage because they make the biggest difference in our lives.
Hmm.
We got athletes making hundreds of millions. We got billionaire athletes out there. And what they do, they go to the strip club, they buy jewelry, they waste it on cars. They don't do nothing for the community. They, yeah, sure, they entertain you, pay them a couple extra, whatever. That's your choice. But to know that someone's making 20, 30, 40, $50 million a year to play a sport, whether it's football, basketball, boxing, baseball, whatever it is, you will never
Hmm.
convince me that that is the right way to spend your money. If your life's on the line, you're gonna want a good doctor to show up. And if that doctor decides to perform on you based on his salary, guess what? You're not gonna get the best service possible. The teachers that have to break their head with your badass children in their classrooms, they're the ones that should be getting paid. They're the ones that are educating your children and actually taking the time to watch your kids and do what you're not willing to do. Because back in the day, kids were taught at home. All right. But parents don't want to be parents. They like the idea of having authority to the child, telling the child what to do, how to live, but they don't want to take the steps and invest the time to actually teach their children. So what did you send them to school and then you complain about the way these teachers teach your kids? Why don't you do it yourself?
Hmm.
These teachers are underpaid and have to deal with your badass kids. Cut it out. Let's put a stop to that immediately. Um, Firefighters, if my house is on fire, you think LeBron James or you think Michael Jordan, they don't give a damn about my house.
Hmm.
They don't care about. They don't even watch the news to even be aware that my house burned down. They could care less. All right. So yeah, I would rather have a firefighter, which by the way is putting his life on the line to come in my house and put this fire out. I would rather have him make those kind of dollars. A police officer, like I said, desperate times create desperate people. When people start breaking into your house, you're not thinking about LeBron James or Michael. And again, I'm not attacking these guys. I'm just saying, using them as an example. Right? You're not thinking about LeBron James in that moment, how he dropped a career high, or he did. You're not thinking about that. You think about who do you call. And a lot of y'all talking about defund the police. Y'all be the first ones to pick up those phones and
Hmm.
call the police. All right, man. So that's my take on the economy, man. We're heading in the wrong direction, and we're going there fast. Like we're in the express lane, like we're trying to get lost on purpose. If you guys have the ability to help somebody around you, point them in the right direction, do that, man. Because when we help each other, literally we help each other. So if you help your neighbor, you really helping yourself. Because when your neighbor is doing good, it kind of gives you a little security buffer to know that you're going to be good as well.
Hmm.
Because if I live in $1 million house and my neighbor is going through it and he's about to lose it all, I might look like a target to him. You guys got to process that, man. I'm Coach Fig. This is my son Rob. It's been a pleasure. This is Top 5 at 5, man. Catch you on the next one, and I'm out of here.